Try this again. Week 9 in the books. Let's talk about it. Yeah, it's Super Bowl Sunday. We back, baby. Appreciate you. Now, appreciate you now. Mine first, cause I won. Suited and booted. That's what I like to do for you. Let me get my stuff over here. Expose the gold. Appreciate you. Drink out the victory cup. Appreciate you. Y'all clap it up for the Georgia Bulldogs. One time for the Georgia Bulldogs, baby. It was almost only a good thing that had happened to me as far as sports this week. The Falcons didn't play bad, right? Missed the extra point. They fired their kicker already. He's out of here. He's outie 5,000. That's what happens. Kickers are expendable. Kickers be kicking. I'll be saying that all the time. And when they kick like that, they get the boot. And now he's not on our team no more. So there's that. I'm 1-2 in fantasy this week. Welcome back, Brock Bowers, even though I lost. Thank you, Arizona, for shutting down Dak and Jake Ferguson, because that helped me win. And I ain't got no receivers in the other league. I'm not going to do well over there this year. Nobody wants to trade. Everybody keeps rejecting everything. It's okay. I get it. They're like, damn, he's bad. You got to make sure he stays bad. Nobody wants to give up anything. No rant necessary. Nobody wants to give up anything. And so, we're just going to get it out the mud in these streets. No big deal. Y'all clap it up for back in this thing. I'm going to get off of that topic because I don't want to get too deep into it because I'm going to show all my emotions as I run through everything. I don't know how many minutes in, but I ain't trying to waste no time, so it's time to get it in. We're going to jump right into it. Y'all know where I'm about to go. It is time for them platform. There goes the echo. You know I love the echoes. Superstars. Caleb Williams and Brock Bowers. Those two could be two common names everywhere. Y'all clap it up for them boys. That's not a regular clap. That is a standing ovation clap. I am getting into this new habit of shouting out the superstar studs of all the lists before I get to the list, because all the lists are different because all the scoring is different. Next year, like I said, it's going to be positions, because I'm probably going to have more than 3 leagues next year. So I can't just be sitting here going through every list of every top 5. I just got to round it up and do all the positions. That would probably be easier. But I'm a little bit more personal over here, so I just want y'all to know what I personally be going through, because everybody doesn't play fantasy the same. That's why I do that. But y'all know where I'm going first. That is the Sleeper app. If you are new to the podcast, appreciate you. Caleb Williams, I'll clap it up for that young man. To the tune of, 20 of 34 for 280 and 3 tutties. 5 carries, 53 yards. That is 2 catches for 22 yards. Another tutty. And he got sacked twice. So he could have been 44.7 versus 44.2 over here. But yeah, Caleb Williams back in this thing. Appreciate you. Brock Bowers, welcome back to the party. Brock Bowers, y'all see that minus sign? Y'all know what that means? It means I still lost. It doesn't matter if he scores 40 if the final score is lower than the other person. However, this is Platform Superstars, so we're going to talk about it. 1 carry, 6 yards. Not Brock Bowers getting carries. I guess he always been getting carries. He's been doing that since college. I would know. I'm a bulldog. 12 catches on 13 mother-sucking targets. 127 yards and 3 tutties in this thing. Your boy is back, Brock Bowers said. I think the Raiders might trade Michael Mayer. Now that Brock Bowers came back and did that. And they almost won. So, write that down. Joe Flock. That boy Joe Flock, a.k.a. Joe Flacco. I want to make sure I say his name right for the internet. To the tune of 31-47 for 470 yards. That is a career high for Joe Flacco. He's 40. He set a career high at 40. Appreciate you. Also, number of fantasy points he scored, 39.95, which is pretty much 40. 1 2-point conversion. 2 picks, because that takes away. 1 carry, -1 yard. He lost the fumble and got sacked 3 times. All those things matter. -2 for the fumble, minus 0.75 for the sack, -4 for the interceptions. And still, he had 39.95 fantasy points. I'm just saying. That is Drake London, formerly known as Top 10 Drizzy, but now he is back to being Drake London because he is not top 10. Is he? I don't think he's top 10. Drizzy is not. He is. He is top 10 Drizzy. He's number 7. I stand corrected. Top 10 Drizzy, a.k.a. Drake London, to the tune of 9 catches on 14 targets for 118 yards and 3 tutties in this thing. Appreciate that, Michael Penix feed Drizzy. Bijan had like an okay day. Other than that, don't nobody really do nothing for the offense. I am still ready to have conversations about that Falcons defense, even though we lost double-digit fantasy points. We'll talk about that later. And Sam Darnold, appreciate you. It's hard not to be on this list when you have more touchdowns than incompletions. 21-24, 330 yards, 4 tutties in this thing. Don't forget the interception because that's -2. But he still would have been 5th on this list. That is your Platform Superstars for the Sleeper app. I'm gonna go right over to that. I like to do this here now because I can't really I don't do the thing where I get it in. Get back to our regularly scheduled programming. You see me in the window. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Where? Brock Bowers. Clap it up for that young man. Yeah, I told you he was going to be on every list. He's on every list to the tune of 1 carry for 6 yards, 12 catches, 127 yards, 3 tutties in this thing. On 13 targets, 43.3 fantasy points. Appreciate ya. Top 10 Drizzy. Let me double click over here to make sure that he is top 10 Drizzy. He is top 10 Drizzy. He is number 7. Appreciate that, top 10 Drizzy. To the tune of 9 catches, $118 and 3 tutties on 14 targets in this thing. 38.8 fantasy points. Appreciate ya. Can read that thing like an auctioneer. Y'all better stop playing with me. Caleb Williams. I'm trying to wait till the claps get done. To the tune of 20 of 34, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns in this thing. 5 carries, 53 more yards in this thing. 2 catches, 22 yards. Another tutty in this thing. Appreciate that. On 2 targets, 38.7 fantasy points. Appreciate ya. C-Mac on the attack. Mr. McCaffrey over here, because catches mean a lot and quarterback stats do not. Like, Caleb Williams has 2 catches. That's why he's way up the list. To the tune of 28 carries, 106 yards. Not super efficient, but he got a touchdown. He had 5 catches for 67 yards for another tutty on 6 targets, 34.3 fantasy points. Appreciate ya. And Lastly, but not leastly, I hope I get this trade to go through later on because I'm trying to get him on my team. T. Higgins. I think this might be T. Higgins' first time on the list this year. That's what's up, my boy. We appreciate that. To the tune of 7 catches, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns on 9 targets, 33.1 fantasy points in this thing. Appreciate ya. Y'all give it up for the platform superstars for the old OG special, and we will slide right over to the old main league of record, nearest and dearest to my hardest and stringest, all the thingies, and Caleb Williams. I already read those stats twice. Not going to do that again. Joe Flacco. 31 to 47, 470. That's career high for that young man. 470. Career high is 40. Appreciate that. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He does no running. So when he makes your top list, you know he had a hell of a day with that rocket launcher that he got attached to his arm. Appreciate ya. Sammy D in the place to be. That is Sam Darnold. Just in case you are new to the podcast this year, to the tune of 4 touchdowns, 3 completions. To the tune of 4 touchdowns, 3 incompletions. He also doesn't run. Zero carries, 0 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 attempts. Appreciate you. Does not do that. Joe Flacco has a knee. I think it's a knee. He took a knee. That's why he has one carry for -1 yard. Matt Stafford. I think I may have already said his name in one of these lists. I can't remember. 24, 32, 281, 4 touchdowns in this thing. 4 carries, -4 yards. I think that's kneel down. It's got to be a kneel down. 4 carries, -4 yards. Yeah. Why would they do 4 kneel downs though? Anyways, I don't know. Neither here nor there. 31.8 fantasy points. Appreciate you. And C-Mac back on the attack. Christian McCaffrey. We only read those stats once. So 28 carries, 106 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 catches, 67 yards on 6 targets, another 31.3 fantasy points over here in this thing. Appreciate ya. Right off the list, Lamar Jackson. He's back. Appreciate that. Actually, him and Christian McCaffrey scored the same amount of fantasy points in this league. But maybe McCaffrey scored them first. No, Lamar scored them first. He played on Thursday. Never mind it. That is the platform superstars. Y'all give it up for the platform superstars. And we just gonna keep this train a-rolling. I can't see the time. I'm blind. Oh, I got plenty of time. Oh, I can make it through this one this time. So for every platform superstar, there's always at least one person that did not pull up to the party. If they're supposed to be a superstar and they didn't pull up to the party, you know what that means. That means they got put on. Here comes the echo. It is lockdown. Yeah. Y'all know how I do. I don't make a list. I just slide through the old OG special because that is your standard everyday full point PPR league scoring. And it's also comparable, relatable because everybody has used the same scoring system if you're in the league. So if he didn't pull up to the party in this league, he probably didn't pull up to the party in your league either. So whoever he may be, let's get it popping. We can start with my team, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs did not pull up to the party. That is lockdown for that young man. Brian Thomas Jr. is probably hurt. 3 catches, 55 yards. Lockdown. Taylor McMillan, 4 catches, 46 yards, 8.6 fantasy points. Lockdown. Kyle Pitts, 4 catches, 38 yards, 7.8 fantasy points. Lockdown. Let's see here. Jacoby Myers, 4 catches, 23 yards. That is lockdown. He plays for a new team now. We're going to go over all that in the do's and notes for what I got right now because it's the middle of the day on Tuesday and things have been happening. So we'll get that going for you in just a few minutes. Woody Marks, 2.7 fantasy points, lockdown. Tajay Spears, almost 10 fantasy points, but not 10 fantasy points since you are back. That is lockdown. Chimere DK got shut down on offense. He only had 1 catch for 5 yards. He had a return touchdown. That is lockdown. Keyshawn Booty got hurt. All of that was from my team in the OG special. That's how bad it is. All the receivers, Brian Thomas Jr., Taylor McMillan, Kyle Pitts, Jacoby Myers. Like, this is what I'm dealing with. I've been dealing with this all year. That's okay. Change is coming. Let's go to the other side. Jordan Mason. It might be flip-flop back to Aaron Jones over there. Lockdown. Quentin Johnston and Rondé Gaston went off for the Chargers. That means Lad McConkey and Keenan Allen did not. Lamb McConkey, 4 catches, 56 yards, lockdown. Zach Ertz, 4 catches, 46 yards, lockdown. Let's see here. Tony Pollard, we already talked about Tony Pollard from last week, lockdown. They got shut down by the Chargers in the running game. Hey, it's Franklin, 4 catches, 27 yards, and a 2-point conversion? Yes. That is only 8 fantasy points. Lockdown. Michael Carter, after all that, I dropped you already. Lockdown. Appreciate that. Zach Charbonnet and Ken Walker continue to lock each other down. That is lockdown for you, Zach Charbonnet. 25 yards rushing, 21 yards receiving, and 1 catch. Let's see here. Now then, I don't see 2. Oh, that person had a decent week. Let's see here. Darnell Mooney, 1 catch, 15 yards, lockdown. Jonnu Smith, 3 catches, 25 yards. That is lockdown. Ooh. Raheem Mostert, lockdown. Not very relevant. Justice Hill, 3.5 fantasy points, lockdown. Emmanuel Wilson, 2.7 fantasy points, that's lockdown. DK Metcalf, 2 catches, 6 yards. Lockdown. Deebo Samuel, 5 catches, 41 yards. Barely, but lockdown. TJ Hawkinson, touchdown on lockdown once again. 9.1 fantasy points, lockdown. Roma Dunze, goose egg. Can you say goose egg? I said, can you say goose egg? That's right. Lockdown. The ultimate lockdown. Goose egg. Somebody JP Ryan got hurt. I'm not going to put you on lockdown because you got hurt, my boy. That's not fair. Kyler Murray didn't play. Alvin Kamara, lockdown. I hate to say it. He fumbled. He didn't get that many yards. It was a blowout, lockdown. But I think that the Saints are coming. Not the Saints. The running game for the Saints. Let's see. I'm not even. This team makes me mad every time I see it. Chris Olave, 3 catches, 57 yards, 8.7 fantasy points, lockdown. Bill Kroschke, anytime that they're losing, we talked about this last week. That's why I didn't start him. Anytime that they're going to be a negative game script, it's not a good week for him because he's not a pass catcher. Lockdown. Taylor Craft got hurt for the rest of the season. I feel bad for him. We'll be talking about that in the news and notes and on the other side of the break. Let's see here. Trey Tucker, 3 catches, 38 yards. That is lockdown. Oh, yeah, we've got plenty of time. Damn, this boy good. What I said, Trey Tucker? Yep, right there. Tyler Warren, 5 catches, 26 yards, lockdown. Welcome back, Aaron Jones. Didn't play. Malik Washington, number 2 receiver over there in Miami, 3 catches, 48 yards, lockdown. That's right. Lockdown. Kenneth Walker, we talked about him already. Lockdown. That is 2 catches, 19 yards, 42 yards rushing. Lockdown. J.K. Dobbins, 61 yards rushing. Lockdown. Ooh. That is what happened. I think he had 1 catch for negative yards. Whatever, he was on lockdown. That Chiefs defense up by Buffalo lit up. Appreciate you. D-Hop, goose egg. I know he played. Christian Washington, second week back, 7.8 fantasy points, lockdown. That's what happened. Javonte Williams, 83 yards, fumble, lockdown. That Arizona Cardinals defense is underrated. It's underrated. It is underrated. Tyrone Tracy, lead back, 18 yards rushing, lockdown. Supposed to be the lead back, not the lead back. We'll talk about that later. 2 catches, 48 yards, and 16 yards rushing, lockdown. Jordan Addison. Xavier Leggett, 1 catch, 22 yards, lockdown. Kenneth Gainwell back to a real number 2, lockdown. Ew. Let's see. Jordan Love, 273 yards, interception, no touchdown, 9 fantasy points, lockdown. That is lockdown. 2 catches, 41 yards, Keenan Allen, lockdown. 2 catches, 10 yards, Cheke Okonkwo. That is lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. Bam Knight, 27 yards. 2 catches, 20 yards, lockdown. That is lockdown. That's what that is. Yep. That is what that is. That is not lockdown for you because you're a backup. Keon Coleman, 2 catches, 17 yards. Lockdown. 5 catches, 50 yards, 8 fantasy points, lockdown. Jake Ferguson, appreciate you. 4 catches, 32 yards, 6.9 fantasy points. George Kittle, appreciate you. Lockdown. Cooper Kupp, lockdown? He didn't play. Just kidding. Hollywood Brown, 2 catches, 73 yards, lockdown, 2 catches. That's low. Oh, she still came back and won that thing. He probably had to. Oh, Nick Chubb, lockdown. Everybody else should be good in his lineup. Yep. Yep. Did he play? He did not. Okay. Let's see over here. Jonathan Taylor, 7.7 fantasy points. That's lockdown. Hunter Henry has been back down to earth for a few weeks now. Kamani Vidal is not Sassooning. Back down to earth. Chuba Hubbard is an RB2 now. Lockdown. Xavier Worthy, 3 catches, 23 yards. That's lockdown. Ooh. Oh shit. I almost knocked my computer off. What's time I got? Got about 20 seconds. I'm almost done. Jane Daniels out for the season. That is your lockdown list. We're going to take a break and come right back and jump in with that. Oh wait, I got a couple seconds. I got everybody, but I feel like I'm rushing. I'm not rushing. Yeah, I got everybody. Everybody. Yeah, I got everybody. That is your lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do it the right way. Go to lockdown. Right after this break, we will jump into the news and notes and surprise anchors. Stick with your boy. All right, we back, baby. And before I do them surprise anchors, we are going to get into the news and notes of the current NFL right now. It is the trade deadline, so something may come through as I'm talking to you. Some things I already know, so I will go ahead and let you know those. Cowboys busting moves. That's all I'm gonna say. Brian Thomas Jr. has a low-grade ankle sprain, or low ankle sprain, or is it a low-grade high ankle sprain? Yeah, low-grade high. So he probably gonna be out for a game. The Jaguars just traded for Jacoby Myers, so they aren't wasting any time in their due diligence on that project. Jacoby Myers is on the way. Did you guys see Parker Washington yesterday? We'll just leave that there. If you didn't, go look. If you did, you know what I'm talking about. Garrett Wilson coming back to work this week. Appreciate that, Garrett Wilson. Because the streets need you, my boy. Appreciate that. And by the streets, I mean my fantasy team in the Dynasty Special. Kayshawn Booty said he will not practice to start week 10, but he could end up in practice later on. Keep your eyes peeled for that piece of information. Amarian Hampton, they're saying he probably won't be back till around fantasy football playoff time. That is week 14, 15, probably. I would shoot for earliest week 14 to use him. He might touch the field week 13 because that's the week after their bye. He might touch the field, but I still would give him a game. You know, unless you're desperate, then, you know, go ahead and throw him in there. You know, don't lose the points just because you're trying to be patient. That boy Saquon, the groin, said that he would be back by the time the bye week was over. Keep your eyes peeled on that piece of information. I already picked up Tank Bigsby back in the Dynasty Special just in case that boy Saquon don't play. I think Mike Evans is out for a long time. Yeah, he just went on IR 2 weeks ago, so we don't have to worry about that. But Mr. Irving, the old Bucky, the old Buckster, he we will wait and see what they say on that. He has not been practicing, therefore he has not been playing. And so we will keep our eyes peeled on that. Samaje Perine has a high ankle sprain. He will probably be out for a couple weeks. They are on bye, so you might not lose him for as many games as you anticipate if you are using him as your RB2 or RB flex. One more game for Kyler Murray missed. He will be the starting quarterback once he is healthy. That is the report straight from the coach's mouth. I don't like it because Jacoby Brissett makes the pass catchers better. And that's just my opinion on the situation. But when Kyler comes back, he's starting. So y'all know. A.J. Brown, they just came back from bye. So we will have an update on that probably tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. As far as his status goes, Calvin Ridley, nothing updated yet. Like I said, it's Tuesday, so he might be a little bit ahead or behind the power curve. Ramondre will be back in practice this week. We hope. It says that Chris Godwin has been returning the next week for the next 4 weeks. He is holding down an IR spot in one of my leagues where I don't really need receiver help. So I'm gonna say I don't really need receiver help. It's more of a running back focused league. So I could probably drop him and pick up a running back and have my IR spot open. But we'll keep our eyes peeled on that. He hasn't really touched the field. So we'll see. Jaden Reed still far out. Brandon Ayuk also still far out. Like his practice window not even open yet. I'm talking about Brandon Ayuk. Like I used to say last year. I'm trying to trade for that young man. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. I'll just send the request. Not Brandon Ayuk, by the way. Travis Hunter on IR 4 weeks. Appreciate that. I feel bad for the young man, but you know, it is what it is. Terry McLaurin already pretty much ruled out for week 10. So no Terry McLaurin, no Jaden Daniels. They are playing the Lions, whose defense is not out there. So we already know what's going to happen in that game. Let's see here. Nothing too special as far as news and notes in this league. Let's see. Isaiah Pacheco out. He should be back this week. They said we'll see. He week to week. So Cooper Kupp inactive. He was a full participant, but then hamstring came up, and now he's not a participant. But he should be back in practice this week. We will see. CJ Stroud concussion protocol. Probably gonna miss a game. You know how the concussions go. It's 8 days. But yeah. And so slide. Oh, we're almost done already. How about that? Ricky Pearsall. Pearsall has a chance to play. It's been shaky all year. I'm not counting on it. DeAndre Swift ruled out. Common None Guy did his thing against the Bengals. Yes, the Bengals. That shootout. Trey Benson, I have the updates for this. He is not coming back right away. Give him a couple extra weeks to heal. The Cardinals did win recently, so they may pressure cook that situation. Isn't a long-term concern, and the rookie wideout is viewed as day-to-day rather than week-to-week. That is Matt LaFleur's update on Matthew Golden. So we will keep your Jaden Daniels out for the season probably. If you watched the game and you saw when he landed, it was bad. It looked bad. It was bad. And so I'm going to go ahead and make this bold prediction right now. Jaden Daniels is out for the season. And then there's that. So I can't see anything else on here. Let me slide out here real fast and get close. Sauce Gardner to the Colts. Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks. Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars are the big moves that have happened so far at the time of this recording. So, yeah. There was one more as far as the Cowboys go. Quentin Williams. Quentin Williams from the Jets also to Dallas. So, Jerry Jones busting a move. He said, y'all thought it was over. It's not. The Cowboys also got like Logan Wilson or somebody like that, but he came from the Bengals, and the Bengals been trash all year. Literally the worst defense almost in NFL history. I'm not going to say almost, but it's top 10 worst defenses in the NFL history. So, that is your news and notes for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, give it up for the news and notes for today. Appreciate that. We always love that segment to be informed. And right off of that, you know that just like you had your platform superstars, your superstars who superstarred, and then you had your people who did not pull up to the party, your lockdown specialists, you know, people who were supposed to give you something but didn't give you anything. What about those people who you wasn't expecting to give you anything, but they gave you a whole lot of something? Joe Flacco? I keep saying Joe Flacco because it's like every week Joe Flacco give y'all 25 points and y'all looking like, oh, Joe Flacco can throw the football. It's competent NFL quarterback, former Super Bowl champion. I'm just saying, like, this could be Peyton Manning in the AFC Championship or in the AFC divisional game. One of them two. He beat Peyton Manning. Broncos Peyton Manning, like re-surgically repaired for Peyton Manning. But yeah, I'm gonna pick this list back up and slide through on these surprise anchors. It might not be that many of them, but I'm gonna check anyway. Are we surprised? Matter of fact, let me see if I can do this way. Let's see here. Nope, I'm just gonna do it this way. Look through my list. Give me the mic. There we go. Just give me the mic. Now it's down here, right in my mouth. No homo. DJ Moore. Y'all clap it up for DJ Moore. DJ Moore to the tune of 4 catches, 72 yards. He threw a touchdown and he caught a touchdown. Appreciate that. No, he threw a touchdown and he ran for a touchdown. He did not catch a touchdown. That is the type of stuff we need. But he played the Bengals, so you can't expect that every week. Jawan Jennings back in the end zone. Appreciate that. With your broke body having self. You know what I'm saying? 14.1 fantasy points, 4 catches, 41 yards. Touchdown. Appreciate you. Kyle Manungai, even though we know he played against that Bengals terribleness, he still had 22 fantasy points without scoring a touchdown. So that is crazy work, and we like that. I'm not going to say anything about Rico Dowdle. He's just been putting up 28 points every time he get on the field. Stephon Diggs, 3 catches, 38 yards and a touchdown. Wide receiver 1, but he hasn't really been scoring touchdowns. Mark Andrews scored 2 touchdowns. Appreciate that. Mark Andrews, I see you, boy. Josh Downs. Downs. Because it's normally Michael Pittman. And it was still Michael Pittman, but that's regular. Let's see here. Oh, I was already there. This is where I am. I'm looking. I don't see anything out of the stratosphere. Romeo Dobbs has been the wide receiver 1 for the Packers. Nothing out of Drizzy. Clap it up for the North. Top 10 Drizzy. Almost 40 fantasy points. That's a lot. That Patriots defense is really good. That's a surprise anchor. Dalton Kincaid. 6 catches, a $101 and a tutty in this thing. We appreciate that energy from you, young man. Slide through. Still sliding through. Chase Brown one more again. And this time he didn't score a touchdown. Just saying. He had 8 catches. Watch out. T. Higgins. A lot of Bears and Bengals on here because they don't know how to play defense. Anyways, no big deal. Nothing over there. Jacoby Brissett. He is the better pocket passer out of the 2 of those quarterbacks over there. I think he should get the start, but that's just me. I don't run the team. Sam Laporta. Appreciate that, Sam Laporta. 6 catches, 97 yards, touchdown. Appreciate you. That is 21.7 fantasy points for the young man. Nothing else over there. Looks like it's steep or deep in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. Nope. Looks normal. Looks regular. Yep. Yep. Regular. Regular. I'm coming. Yep. I'm gonna come see ya. Travion Henderson stepped up to the plate when he got his little opportunity. I don't see Marvin Harrison Jr. without Kyler Murray. So we know that when Kyler Murray comes back, don't expect this. When Kyler Murray comes back, bench Marvin Harrison Jr. Appreciate it. You heard it here first. And if you don't do it, it's on you. We are looking for surprise anchors. We are looking for surprise anchors. We do not see any surprise anchors over here on this team. RJ Harvey for a couple weeks in a row now. Second best running back out in the draft, or so they said. He looking better than whatchamacallit, Ashton Genty. In my opinion, he looking better than Ashton Genty. He's running back 22 on the year. This is neither here nor there. Anyways, nothing else seems super shocking. Slide out to the waivers and hit that. Oh, I can't because it's Tuesday. I always want to do that. I got to do that on Monday night. But that is your surprise anchors list. Y'all give it up for the surprise anchors. Checking that time one more time. I am going to go ahead and take that last break right now. And when I get back, oh wait, hold on, let me take a sip out the Victory Cup. When I get back, we will do lineups. You know who's rocking with the crew, and we will get that ran out the way. It's not a new segment, new name for segment. It's called Let's Talk About It. So we'll be right back after these messages and a word from your local sponsor. All right, we back, baby, for that last round. And you know what we got to do. We have to let them know who is on the crew. And they loving the crew. Can't wait to get that button. Just that little baby clip snip, hit that baby. Loving the crew. That is the Sleeper app. If you are new to the podcast, how many times podcast I say that? If you don't know what this blue stuff is on the screen, you're not paying attention. Northeast Drizzy. So Drake May is top 3. I will never sit top 3 until week 14 because that's when he goes on by. So yeah, locked in. I got Devin Singletary back. With the Cam Scatterville injury, it played out exactly how I should have figured it was going to play out, because this is the same thing that happened to Tyrone Tracy last year. Like, he took over, but he really didn't take over. So, like, I was sad when I didn't get him. But then I was like, he was the backup, and that's why everybody wanted him. But I've been paying attention to this backfield for a while. I should have known it was going to be Devin Singletary and not Tyrone. I mean, it wouldn't have helped me this week. I still would have lost. But I wouldn't have had to go through the motions of trying to scramble and get him like I did yesterday. Emmanuel Wilson locked into that RB2 spot until Trey Benson comes back in a couple of weeks. I am always trying to move stuff in the trade market. Nobody wants to trade. Apparently, everybody's a guru. That sounds like I'm hating. I can't say it. It sounds like I'm hating. If it don't fit your team, it don't fit your team. I guess I got to be okay with that. If it don't fit your team, it really don't even be fitting my team. I have a certain metric that I'm measuring right now, and I want certain players. And so I'm reaching out for those certain players. And I'm trying to give up the best stuff I got for said players. And it's not working. You know, I mean, I guess I'm a little bit salty because, you know, you figured Bijan Robinson would be a nice trading piece. Or Garrett Wilson, when the team that you're trading him to doesn't have a wide receiver 1. They'd be using Jacoby Myers all year, but they don't need Garrett Wilson. Anyways, Justin Jefferson locked in as per usual for the rest of the season. Locked in. Garrett Wilson should be back this week. He coming back to a nice little schedule, and they're gonna have to throw a lot. I mean, the Jets were losing anyway, but they've given up a couple of defensive pieces now at this point. So we'll see what shakes out over there. Brock Bowers locked in, and he just came back from a bye week. So Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, and Brock Bowers not leaving the lineup no more. Keenan Allen locked in until that bye week. Who I got on the bench? I have Parker Washington on the bench, my newfound friend. And he will be that receiver that slides into that spot. When I get Trey Benson back. My running backs will be done with bye. Devin Singletary will go on week 14, but I still got Emmanuel Wilson making that RB2 love right there. Brian Burns locked in. The man played hurt and still got a sack. Like, he locked in. He's #1 defensive lineman in fantasy. Appreciate that. Ernest Jones, if he does not play this week, he has until week 12 to get healed because, not week 12, week 14, because I got to use Granderson in that spot. And this is week 10. I think that Granderson goes on bye next week. Yes. So hopefully Ernest Jones is not hurt next week. And last but not least, that boy Tykees Smith, he is the #1 DB in fantasy. And he on my team. The man got like 100-something fantasy points, 130-something fantasy points. He just keep tackling people. I don't hear nothing about him getting interceptions or pick sixes and nothing, but they can't get by him. He's tackling people. But that is the lineup. It's a nice little projection over here for this lineup. It's starting to come together. As soon as I get Trey Benson back, it'll be 140-something plus projected a week with good defensive players. And so that is that. We will slide over OG Special. Daniel Jones locked in until further notice. He going by next week, so I will be hunting for a QB on the waivers this week because on my bench is Kayshon Boutte, and he probably won't play this week. So there's that. Jahmyr Gibbs locked in unless I can get him off, unless I can get him traded. Pause on the get him off. Anyways, locked in unless I can push him to somebody else. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't want to trade Jahmyr Gibbs, but I need a wide receiver so bad. You figured that a top 5 running back in the league will be able to get you a wide receiver. It won't. You have to. So I could probably get Rashid Shaheed by himself for Jahmyr Gibbs. The way that it feels like the trade market is moving across all my leagues. Not Dynasty, because you know it's picks and stuff over there. I could probably get something off in Dynasty. They love trading over there. But these two redraft leagues, I think I'm about to go. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm gonna be a commissioner forever. I was about to say I think I'm about to go straight Dynasty because they like to trade so much. I'm not. I just got to make sure I draft well so I don't have to trade forever now. Especially in my league because that group of people has been pretty solidified for a while. Like the core of that group, at least half of that league's been there for a while. And the other half of that league I've been playing fantasy with for a while. So it's like, you know, I can't say that I won't be salty when you try to come and trade with me, and I don't want to because I had to suffer for these last 2 years. But that's okay. Neither here nor there. Rico Dowdle is the new #1 running back in Carolina. The man had 28 fantasy points yesterday. Both running backs played. Chuba Hubbard had like 5 carries. 5 carries, 17 yards, something like that. But that boy Rico went off. And so, locked in. I don't have very much production at receiver, but Tyrone McMillan is my most productive receiver. So I got to roll with that. Hopefully, Rashid Shaheed getting traded to the Seahawks doesn't dip in his production because he is the second most productive receiver that I have. And yes, that is a team that has Brian Thomas Jr. and Jacoby Myers. This is why I can make all the Jacoby Myers. And I also had Alec Iman. I dropped him for DK, and then DK got quieted down. Trey McBride, steady as she goes. Appreciate that, Trey McBride. You're like one of the only positions that I haven't had to really worry about at all. This week, Kyle Pitts in the flex because my flex has to be a matchup play because I don't have that many good receivers. None of the people who are supposed to be pulling up are pulling up over here. And so I already got 7 losses and there's only 5 weeks left. So I can't lose anymore. I'm going to, but I can't. Patriots defense against the Buccaneers. They're top 2 defense in fantasy. So I won't be taking them out the lineup. I don't care who they're playing. And kickers be kicking when they kick like that. You say their name, 20 points. Just keeps doing this thing, man. Chris Boswell, appreciate you. We appreciate you. That is the OG special. We will slide right over to the main thing, the main squeeze, the #1, the league of record. That is the old Stabby Dabby Doo for your Booski Doo. And Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson scored 1/3 of my points last week. My team really did not have a great week, but I had Lamar Jackson. So that is probably why I won. I'm not even going to hold y'all. That boy Bijan locked in. Let's talk about it. Never taking him out the line. I appreciate you. Alvin Kamara. I can't think of a better RB2 than the person who's... I don't know. I just feel like randomly Alvin Kamara going to pop off. And I want to be a part of that. I traded Harold Fannin for him, and I think Harold Fannin's a way better player this year. But you have to lose trade. That's my shining example right there of the type of trade market that we're in. I didn't get no feedback or no get back on anything when I sent a lopsided trade like Alvin Kamara for Harold Fannin. Obviously, the Harold Fannin manager wins that trade hands down, no questions asked, specifically off of what's been happening this year. Those are the type of trades I'm going to have to send. But those aren't the caliber of players that I want. So I can't send those trades. Like, I'm not out here hunting for Alvin Kamara's for Bijan Robinsons. I'm not out here hunting for Stephon Diggs for Jackson Smith and Jigba's. I'm not out here hunting Tony Pollard's for Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not doing that. Like, how's that fair to me when I got firepower over here? Like, I'm just trying to be even. Like, cool, you could give me Lad McConkey for JSN, but is that a fair trade? No. Cool, you can give me Ramondre Stevenson for Christian McCaffrey, but is that a fair trade? Or Christian McCaffrey for Ramondre Stevenson, but is that a fair trade? No. I'm just using big names versus not so big names. I'm not anything in particular. I'm just like, that's Harold Fannin for Alvin Kamara is one of the only two trades I've gotten to go through this year. The other one was Bo Nix for Khalil Shakir, also a lopsided trade. So that's just the way the market's moving. Like, the other one was in my favor though, because I didn't need a receiver. I didn't need Bo Nix. I had 3 quarterbacks, but I had the extra receiver. So I'm not going to turn down a deal when it pull up. And so that was my theory when I sent the Harold Fannin versus for Alvin Kamara trade, and that one didn't sit very long at all. But I didn't need Harold Fannin. Like, I only had him. I'm already set up. Like, I like the matchups that the tight ends for the Ravens are going to have for the rest of the year. I also have Tyler Warren, who I might be trying to get up out of here for something nice. So Tyler Warren top 3, Bijan Robinson top 5, JSN number 1 in fantasy currently. George Pickens number 4 in fantasy currently. These are people I have on my team. Nobody wants them. And that's okay. I'm stating the facts. Like, the fields aren't there anymore. You know, so I'm just stating the fact that these are the things that I've tried to do. And those are the trades that I've gone through. So I'm like, that's from my own personal experience, that's how the market's moving. And I can't be a part of that trade market because I'll have a mediocre team. I don't want a mediocre team. I'm 7-2 over here. Like, I got like 1 or 2 more pieces that I might want. And I might want to flip-flop some pieces too. All you got to do is ask me why. I'll tell you. If it's not making sense to you, I'll help it make sense to you from my side. You can still say no after that, but at least you'll have some sort of explanation as to where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to hide that. If I'm coming to trade with you, I'm not going to tell you before, but I'm going to send you an offer. And then if you want some details on it, I'll explain it to you. Like, but if you don't, you just hit the reject button, then that's cool. I won't explain anything. Just move on to the next person. But yeah. Jackson Smith and Jigba locked in. So I was on Alvin Kamara. That's where that rant started. But that's my running back too, because I feel like something's going to happen. But JSN locked in. George Pickens is on bye this week. So Stephon Diggs did score a touchdown last week. Locked in. Tyler Warren locked in. I just talked about that. If Ramondre plays, Ramondre stays. Because Mike Vrabel really likes that guy. I don't like Ramondre. I think he has fumbleitis. But Mike Vrabel loves that guy. And the Patriots are a good football team right now. So, where I don't have Drake May, I have Ramondre. And in the other league where I don't have either, I had Kayshon Boutte, but he got hurt. That Seahawks defense locked in against the Cardinals. Well, I think I went through all that already. I might have did all that twice. Don't care. Kickers be kicking, but when they kick like that, Chris Boswell, appreciate you. But that is the lineups. I'll give it up for the lineups. right. I'm going to focus right on the camera here. I can see. As you guys can tell, the trade thing is a really touchy subject for me. But I am coming to terms with the fact that I'm getting it figured out. The points will come when the points come. The victories will come when the victories come. As long as I know that I'm not out here trying to scam on people. Like, I'm not trying to hero fan it for Alvin Kamara though. I lost that trade on purpose. Like, I didn't want to win that trade. I just wanted to test the market. Like, I have Tyler Warren, I had Isaiah Likely with Lamar Jackson as my quarterback. So I have Tyler Warren and Daniel Jones as my backup quarterback. And I have Isaiah Likely and Lamar Jackson as my starting quarterback. What do I need hero fanning for? And the Ravens quarterback and tight end have better matchups than all of those people for the rest of the season. Like all matchups combined, like strength of schedule type stuff. So I really didn't need hero fanning. He's going to pop off. He's going to take Njoku's job because Njoku can't stay on the field. And I knew that. That's why I picked him up. I picked him up to get rid of him. But I tried to move him in all types of different situations that got turned down that were more fair. But as soon as I sent him in a situation that was unfair, he was out of here. I just want the person to know who I traded him with. Like, it doesn't bother me that you won that trade. I expected you to win that trade. I expected you to take that trade and not waste any time doing it because I was testing the market. And since I know now that that's how and that's one of my favorite people to trade with. Like, I'll consult with him first because he'll answer me back and give me reasons and all that. But even he's a little hesitant. Like, the talent field is spread out this year, and I understand that. I understand. I don't gotta like it. I can understand something and not like it. Two things can be true at the same time, right? I feel like two things can be true at the same time. The type of laser focus that you have when you're not doing well is a real big factor as to how you'll be for a long time in your life. So I'm 2-7 in the Olive Garden League. It bothers me so much, but that one's all my fault. Like, that's the one that's the easiest to eat because I know why it's like that. Like, I fell asleep on duty. But the Dynasty, I mean, I got more wins over there, but I also have more injuries over there. So when you sit down and think about it out loud, like, I have two running backs on injured reserve. Cam Scatterwood out for the year. Trey Benson's been out since like week 3, week 4. And so I've been shooting from the hip at running back for the last 5 weeks. Still scoring bucket loads of points from time to time. But the struggle has been real. This league is the only league where I have a superstar quarterback, a superstar running back, a superstar wide receiver, a superstar tight end, and a good defense and a good kicker. And I got a backup wide receiver in the league in which receiving help isn't super easy to come by because it's not that strong of a position over here. The fact that I got 2 wide receiver ones, well, George Pickens is a wide receiver 2, but he's putting on wide receiver 1 numbers. The fact that I have that, like, I wasn't asleep. Like, I drafted this team all the way through, and here we are. So I got to eat that. But it makes me sad because, you know, fantasy football is an emotional sport. I've been telling y'all that all season. But really, a lot of times in these rants, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also talking to myself. Like, I need to be patient. I need to just hold on to the assets that I have. They've been performing, especially in this league. In the main league, 7-2. You know, number 1 seed right now, locked in. But it's a nice little balance to be the 14 seed out of 16 in one league and the 11 out of 12 seed in the other. You know, it's a nice humbling balance, you know. See, it's a nice humbling balance when you already got 6 or 7 losses. But you gotta be patient. At this point in the season, you already know how everybody moving, so you gotta be patient. Well, I have to be patient. I'm not saying you. I gotta be patient. I have to stop being sad that people don't want to do business with me. And I have to negotiate fairly when people do come to do business with me. But no one does. No one trades with me. Why? I want to ask you guys. How come you guys don't like me? How come you guys don't like to trade with me? I analyze fantasy football for a living. I really do gotta tell y'all all my secrets. So if you really want to know where I'm coming from as far as these trades go, I put it on the internet every week. I do. Like I can't sugarcoat with y'all. I feel like in order to become a good analyst, in order to become a respected analyst, I have to be transparent about the moves that I'm making and still try and make them. That's the next level up. Like everybody has to know what you're doing because you're on the internet, because you're an analyst. So, but we press on. We never stop. It's never over until the fat lady sing, and I ain't heard that yet. So, I'll always end the season strong. That's one thing about me. Never sleep. We never go to sleep until the lights go off, and the lights don't go off until the playoffs for the real NFL are here. So that means that it's week 19. But it's your boy, the savvy one. Appreciate you for pulling up to the party. I love you guys. I miss you guys every week. And same time, same place next week. Appreciate y'all. Y'all hold it down till we get back. Peace.